Hello New Worlders, I hope you're having a great day today. This video is going to be going over the strongest spear and bow PvE build I have seen. I will break down why this build is strong, how it works, and the issues with it. Okay, so first, the reason this build is strong is because it maximizes the spear's damage while stacking 4 debuffs, which is 2 bleeds, 1 poison, and a 30% rend. So as for the abilities on the spear side, the main one is going to be Exploited Weakness. So what this does is give 10% extra damage per debuff on target with a maximum of 30%. The next one that's going to be really strong is Exasperating Crits, which make your crits extend your spear debuffs by 20%, followed by Exposed Wounds, which gives you 15% more crit on targets with bleed. There's also another crit one, which is Precise Jabs, which gives you an extra 5% chance of crit on light attacks, meaning you'll get 20% crit chance when you're auto-attacking with these two. The last one on the damage side of things in this is Finishing Blows, which gives you an extra 15% damage against targets with less than 30% health. So that's for the damage side. There's also a cooldown side to this, which makes it even stronger. The first one being Refreshing Jabs, which gives you 10% cooldown reduction on every second hit on a light attack chain, followed by Aggressive Maneuvers, which if you hit an ability within 2 seconds of dodging, reduces all spear cooldowns by 20%. And then there is Continuous Motion for Vault Kick. If you hit Vault Kick, which is this ability here, it reduces the other spear cooldowns by 30%. As for the spear skills and the order I use them in, I start with Skewer, which I have on my Q key, which applies a 15-second bleed based on 10% of your weapon damage and deals 125% weapon damage on the initial hit. It also gives another thing, which is you gain Empower on crit hits. So if you crit with this, you will also increase your damage by 20% for 10 seconds. The next ability is Perforate, which I have on my R key, and I use this as a follow-up to Skewer. Perforate strikes 3 times, each hit dealing 70% weapon damage and applying a 10% rend each. So this can give you a 30% rend, and if you don't know what rend is, it pretty much means you'll be doing 30% extra damage to the target. As well as this, if you hit all 3 attacks, you also stagger the enemy, which is really strong. So the last ability for this is a Vault Kick, which I always use last after this. And the reason for this is Vault Kick does 2 things. Firstly, it stuns for 1.5 seconds, and it also gives you 30% cooldown when it stuns on your other abilities, so you want to use this while your other abilities are on cooldown. It also deals 75% weapon damage and gives you Empower on successful hit targets below 50% health. So another reason to use it last, giving you 20% extra damage for 5 seconds. Okay, so now for the bow side. As you can see, there's a bit of a split here. And the main ability that you actually start with is called Evasive Tactics. So after you dodge, deal 20% more damage for 5 seconds. Then you would lead into a Penetrating Shot, which deals 150% weapon damage, and you would also gain an extra 80% just from the abilities, which is Concussion, which is deal extra 20% when you hit a headshot. There's also Surprise Attack, which also gives you an extra 20% damage if you haven't hit a target in the last 10 seconds, which we obviously haven't at this point. Then you also have Long Range, which deals another 20% extra damage for foes at least 10 meters away. And on the Penetrating Shot, you also have Deep Strike, which increases the damage by 20% more if the target is 20 meters or more away. So increasing it in total by 100%, 20% each on all these abilities, and 20% from the dodge, as well as the 150% from the weapon damage on the Penetrating Shot. This normally does a good chunk of damage. I've seen it do about 4.5 to 5k damage on an initial shot. And then we would also lead it into a Poison Shot, which I have on my F key. Poison Shot deals 12% of your weapon damage as poison for 20 seconds. The last follow-up to this would be Rain of Arrows before switching back to Spear. Rain of Arrows does 150% weapon damage and also causes an 85% weapon damage bleed over 12 seconds. So what you do after doing all this is you would switch back to Spear. You would use your Skewer into Perforate, into a dodge with Volt Kick, and autos till skills are back up. The target will then have 4 debuffs on them, one increasing the damage it takes by 30%, 2 bleeds, one at 85% weapon damage and the other one at 10% weapon damage, and 1 poison applying 12% weapon damage. So now what this does on the spear side of things is increases your spear damage by 50% with exploited weakness and relentless blows, and if you crit with Skewer, you'll also get another 20% in power, which is really strong. You also gain 15% more damage if the target is below 30% health, and 20% crit on each attack with exposed wounds and precise jabs. So, saying to sound a little bit too strong? Well, now I will show you the build in action. Okay, so we're going to try this out on a level 48 Lynx here. I'm going to dive into this. As you can see, a 4.6k crit. Obviously this is not going to be strong enough to show the other things, but I will show the spear damage in one hit. You can see it does 1.4k there on undebuffed enemy. Alright, so we tried it on some level 48 enemies and unfortunately they died pretty much instantly, so we're going to have to find something a little stronger. We're going to go down to our other quest marker over here. As you can see on the damage on the Lynx though, 4.8k is kind of ridiculous. Yeah, this build's best for bossing, really. But if I was just to show you what it looks like, if we can find anything strong enough right now, I'm not too sure where a boss in this map is. But normally what you do is you dive into a penetrating shot, into a poison arrow, into Rain of Arrows, then you Skewer into the triple strike, into a dodge, into Volt Kick. All this here will refresh your cooldowns and give you a lot of damage. That's the combo. Let's see if we can find something that actually take it. Can we do a level 45 one of these? Maybe. We'll try to a level 45 corruption portal. See if that works. Let's just wait for our cooldown so the other one's out. Yeah. I missed one of the abilities though. Okay, that one died very easily. As you can see, the damage on the autos are definitely going up though. And let's kill the entity. This is getting very dangerous very quickly, I'm not gonna lie to you. These guys are weak as hell though. Except I missed. Oh, they're just dodging me, okay. There's a dog here too. Wait a second. I didn't sign up for this dog to be here. What the fuck? Get the shit out of here. God damn. Okay, let's combo. You see the cooldown reduction there going off. This isn't a very good test in the sense of what we're supposed to be doing, but it definitely works. The wolf didn't get damaged by that? He dodged? How did he dodge when he's diving? Oof. Kill this one here. Oh, it's the big boy. Oh, we can test the damage out on this guy. Wow, that actually hit me? No way. I was gonna have to kite a second here. Which is a good thing about the build. And kite him out, heal up, bring him a bit closer. Got poison arrow up in 1 second. Nope. And then we dive back in. Holy fuck. This guy's damage is nuts though. Alright, we need to dodge that, not the other way around. Yeah, we're gonna go back to penetrating shot, do some kiting. Drink another potion. Yeah. It's always got that double hit, it always catches me off guard. We have successfully killed the man, and now we can do the portal. As you can see though, the damage does get increased. You can kite a big enemy like that reasonably okay as well. Smaller enemies are really no issue with the DOT build. Obviously a level 45 corruption portal is a bit harder than a standard enemy, but you can see the big damage on the penetrating shot from a long range. Like so, 4.6k, and honestly, with enemies like this, it's just a free 2-hit. With bigger enemies, you can go into the poison arrow with the rain of arrows, and then the skewer into Perforate, into the dodge vault kick. Okay, so that was the build in action. For the build as well, I highly recommend you stay in the light armor range. So you can see I'm just in the light armor range. So I'm using 4 pieces of light armor with a medium chest wear to give a bit extra stats. For the attribute points, I have put in mostly all dex. I have a little bit in the constitution. So I have 155 committed points in dex, and I have 45 in constitution to try and balance it out a little bit. You want to mainly max dex, and then like my goal at the end of the game when I've got most of my gear is to get 300 dex and 100 constitution. Anything over that is fine, but that's the goal for me. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, enjoyed the build. And the one big issue that I was talking about for this build is actual trash when it comes to PvP, but it is one of the best builds I've seen for PvE. The reason it is bad for PvP is because pretty much all your abilities that you need to use are skill shots, and there's not much like chase. Like there's a lot of good dodge, but there's not a lot of good chase. So your only stun is that, and it's very easy to sidestep or roll out of. And obviously you can do penetrating shot and do bow damage, but you know, you can't really use your spear very well in it. So I wouldn't recommend this build for PvP, but I would highly recommend it for PvE. It's really good for taking out boss targets, especially if you've got someone to draw aggro, and you can just, you know, stab them in the back with all the debuffs on them. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video anyway. If you did, please like and subscribe on YouTube. I also stream over at twitch.tv/TripWireNZ, so you can catch me on over there as well. I will be making more New World content, and I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day, night, wherever you guys are. Peace out.